Hello, hello, hello. Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, and good night to one and all. We're going to be live for about 18 minutes before this finally disconnects. But before we get that off, I just want to give a huge shout out over there to Jorn and Matthew. Thank you for donating before the stream even started. That's really, I thank you.
We got a small window.
We have a small window a very tiny window, and apparently I only have half of my face. The way that I see it is, if you could only see my left eye.
Yep.
As long as I don't die in a Jeep crash.
Ooh. It's kind of mysterious, though. I like that.
Nobody got that. Nope. Nobody got that. Oh, that was a good joke. But that was. Ooh. So left eye is from TLC. Left eye died in a Jeep crash in Hawaii. Yes. Okay. As long as I don't die in a Jeep crash. If I have to explain the joke, it's not even fucking.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know. That was good. Okay, anyway.
When you said TLC, it popped in my head.
Yeah, left eye TLC. Because she didn't really do shit by herself. She only had one eye.
Okay.
Anyway, let's jump into it. Trump, is he doing it?
Is he doing what now?
Is he doing it?
Oh, he's doing it.
He's doing it.
It's only been a week or two, right?
Trump is doing. You think Trump is doing it?
He's probably doing it.
Yeah.
What?
Do you get my question?
Join in the country?
I think he's doing it on a regular.
No, I mean, like, my question is he doing it? Like, okay? So you Europeans, you probably don't get it, and Spain is just so underdeveloped that he doesn't get it. But what I'm saying is he doing it? Like, is he number one? Is he the shit? Is he the president? That's the question. Is he doing it?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. He's only been there for what, a week and a half now, 2 weeks.
Okay,
now?
And I'm asking you, is he doing it?
I think he did more than the previous president did in the whole 4 years that he did.
So your answer is yes, he's doing
it. Yeah.
Jordan, you think he's doing it?
He's doing stuff.
Right. Do you think he's doing it though? Like, do you think he's the best president that we've had in the past 5 decades?
Wow. Too early to tell.
So he's not doing it. Okay, is he the best in the past 3 decades?
Probably.
Okay, he's doing it. So he's doing it since the 70s, right? I really can't. Well, not 70s. We'll say, God, that's not 3 decades.
The 90s.
3 decades would have been 90s?
90s.
Yeah.
I would say the amount of stuff that he's implementing is only good for you. How big the impact of the new tariffs is going to be for you guys?
Right. Well, we'll get there. I think the question is, though, as Trump as a whole, is he doing it?
What he said he was going to do, it seems like he's implementing everything.
I'm not asking.
He is keeping his word. Yes.
Is
yes,
Trump
he's doing
handling business up in the office of the presidency?
Yep.
You think so? I don't think so. What I think, great, because good. I wanted everybody to say yes, because I'm going to be negative Nancy or jobless Joseph. Okay, here's the deal. You got to slow the fuck down. You got to pump the brakes, get off your booster seat, be a regular ass president for a regular ass month. You know what I mean? Like, slow down. Because at this trajectory, or for anybody that plays Fortnite, Call of Duty, for this type of velocity or the bullet drop. No, that's a bad one. That's a bad one with the president. We're not going to use that word. But for what you're doing right now in your first month, you have to stop. Like let me explain why. Okay. When Trump was president back in 2020, Trump signed a little thing called an agreement. That agreement was with Canada, America, and Mexico. That agreement is a trade agreement. Now, Trump wants to renege on that agreement and say, I'm taxing both of y'all. Motherfucker, not but 4 years ago, you made a law and you signed it. Right? Like,
It would be 8 years ago, Jay. It'd be 8 years ago because he did it in the beginning of his presidency.
Well, it
Right?
finalized in 2020. So
Oh, okay.
regardless, right? This was agreement that he had wrote up where there's no taxes on these two. And now he's
Right.
taxing, you guys heard this shit. He's taxing Canada 25 cents. Canada says I'm taxing you 25 cents.
Yeah.
You realize how stupid we fucking look if we go back and forth with this shit? If there's a trade war between North America, do you know what we're going to look like to, I don't know, the rest of the world? We can't even get along with our neighbors to the north and the south? I don't think Trump's doing it.
Let's take them over. Forget it. Let's just take over the North and the South.
Do you
Take it
really?
over.
You don't want Canada. Mexico, sure, that's just nice, right? That's nice weather. That's nice. Canada, who the fuck wants
Why
that?
not? We
We just want the
send-
west part because of all the oil, and that's about
Okay.
it. We
But wait-
import a lot from Canada. We're not. Let's not digress or get off track here. Trump is, in my opinion, he is doing it with the immigration, and that's about it. And you are doing some crazy shit in your first month. You got to slow the fuck down.
Well, you know why he's doing it all in the first month, right? So that way, in 3 months, he could take a vacation and go golfing.
But it's not just the border eyes, then the LGBT thing where he went like, nope, we're done with this. Bringing the church back more prominently, doing the schools. So it is. I
He's
think
doing
it's
too
more
much,
than.
bro. You got to, like, and I get it. People are like, oh, yeah, I love it. It's because Biden didn't do shit for 4 years, right? So anybody that comes in, Trump could have just came in and signed one piece of paper and been like, ooh, I got something done, right? Biden was just like, where's the washing machine? So if you come in and you go balls to the wall, well, I get it, bro. You are Trump. You gotta be extra. I understand that. I don't think people understand this whole Canada and Mexico thing. This is massive. I don't know why I sounded gay there, but this is really big, man. You want to tax Canada and Mexico. When back in 2020, you said, hey, there's no taxes, man. No tariffs. We're good. All of a sudden, here's some more. And
Maybe
you
you want
honestly
some-
think that that's going to help us? You think that's
Well,
going to help all Americans? Because you
if he
realize how
puts-
much shit we import from Canada?
But if he puts those tariffs on the North and the South of America, right, and then he cancels out income tax,
He's not going to cancel out income tax. That ain't going to happen.
Okay, but you realize that everything is going to be more expensive for you, right?
Absolutely.
All these companies are going to charge you. Not,
right?
I mean,
Well,
if-
that's what I've been telling other people. That's what I've been arguing. I'm like, yeah, okay, he gets rid of the income tax, but everything
Okay.
else is going to become more expensive.
Yeah. If
But
everything
then-
becomes 50 to 75% more expensive, I'd rather take the income tax. That's cheaper.
And people, and let's be clear here, right? Spade talking about income tax, fuck you, bro. Okay? Because we're on different levels, right? Every
Yes.
week, every month. Now, just hear me out. Every week, every month, you'll get a paycheck, right? Every week, every month, they take out your taxes, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't really see it to notice it's gone. It's just gone
Correct.
when you get it, right? It's like, here's a car, but there's no engine or wheels. Now, you can't be like, well, before the car had it, it doesn't matter. I'm giving it to you with nothing, right? It is a car untitled. Okay, so you pay taxes, you just don't say it. Me, on the other hand, the job that I chose, I get taxed about $60,000 every year. And that's a little bit different than being taxed $500 a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, mine is noticeable.
It's either lump sum
Yours
or
is a drop in the
over
bucket.
time.
I'm just saying we're on different levels. And you can't complain about income tax if you're paying like $8 a week. You could go panhandle that on the border. Yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
Okay.
it still stays the same, right? If they take more on this side, then the profit you're getting on this side doesn't really matter. The income tax is now gone, okay, but your life is now
He can't
40 to
okay,
50% more expensive.
Just stop. He's not going to get rid of income tax.
Impossible.
There's no, first off, there's no way you're going to do it in 4 years. It's not going to happen. You don't have the type of financing gurus in the government to figure that out because it's been this way for the past, 80 years, right? You're not just going to come in and be like, yeah, let's sign some shit and just remove it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not how that works. Like putting these tariffs on Canada and Mexico, you just don't come in and say, that's it, we're taxing them. Because then all Canada's going to do is say, fine, where are you going to get your ice from? 25 cents. Actually, they do more. Yeah. I'm here to educate, right? You're here to learn something.
There's a lot of cars that come from
import for Canada. The number one import from Canada, from America, I bet you none of you know this. What do you got? Come on. It's a team panel effort. Everybody, what do you got? Number one. Go.
Well,
no. Next.
I was going to say, I was talking about cars before because I know a lot of cars come from Canada.
Is that your final answer?
I have no other answer, so yes.
Okay. And Maddie, your answer is?
Timber?
No, it is cars, right? It's $1.9 billion in cars. That's imported. And they get them from America. Now, I think the last Canada that I was reading, the taxes basically between the two was something along the lines of $387 billion of imports. They made $496 billion in exports. 75% of their exports is America. 75% of their exports, 50% of that 75 is oil. We have oil. And cleaner solar, cleaner electricity comes from Canada, which is weird. I don't know why. It's cold. I don't know how those solar panels are holding up.
It's the wind. It's the wind. They're using wind. It's not solar panels.
But the point I'm trying to make is, okay, we give them cars, but we take a lot from them. So if you charge 25 cents and they say, we're going to charge 25 cents or 25%, how long are you going to do this? And then that's a trade war now between Canada and Mexico's just got to, they got to figure out what's up with all the people they're bringing back in, and then they're going to get back to it, right? It's going to give them a little bit. So they might not respond immediately. They might not even notice, right?
The avocados will go expensive.
They don't even care, expensive. Right? Like we just want to get rid of the people that are in here, so we really don't give a shit. But I don't, honestly, I can't tell you the last thing that I ever got that was made in Mexico. Even the burritos I get are made in Texas. So I don't know, but I can tell you that looking at the trade situation in America, which is at home, is going to be a fucking problem.
But I have one question. Are we really sure that the 25% is what he's after?
Yes.
Because he might be, because before he said like 50% or 60%.
He wanted 10. Someone in his financial department said go 25. That's a big fucking jump.
Just think, maybe it's kind of a thing where he goes like, oh, let me lead with this. Everybody's on there.
No, it's not a negotiation.
And then I want something else, and I can get it.
It's already written up as a bill. Like it's not. I'm just shooting this out there and then seeing who catches a pop fly. That's not what that is.
Yeah, if it's a 25-25, then
like if Canada came around and said,
okay, great, then we're even.
We cancel each other out. Money.
Okay, then just don't. I don't even think you should be doing it at all. Right? When you have neighbors, right? It's probably in your best interest to not shit on my neighbor's porch. Because that one day that I need salt, paprika, and garlic, and I go over there, it's going to be like, remember 2 years ago you shit on my porch? I don't have any of those.
Maybe in the back of his mind, he's thinking that all of these extra tariffs will motivate some companies to start something up in the States. I don't think it's going to work that way.
That argument also doesn't work, right?
No.
It can't happen overnight.
If we get rid of all the imports, right, that will entice American businesses to pop up. First off, no mom and pop is going to be able to keep up with the American demand. It's not going to happen. And if you really think that, what is it, 70% or 80% of our steel is imported from China? That's high, bro. We have steel mills, right, that were shut down. Even
all
during
steel.
Trump's thing, not just Biden, but during Trump's thing, you had steel mills that shut down. I think you're going too fast, and it's like the wheels are coming off of your car, and you're just going as fast as possible to get to the end point.
What Spade said just now, it cancels each other out. I don't think that's true.
No, because of the way the dollar and the Canadian dollar work. No, but I'm saying it should
For
cancel
the
each other
country,
out.
for the country that makes more money off of the other country, I don't know which one of those are. Does the States export more and make more money off Canada, or does Canada make more money off of the
Canada
States?
makes more.
Yes,
Canada makes
I think,
more.
I think it's
So
what
it
John
doesn't-
said.
If you go 25 and we go 25,
It's
not
hard to
gonna be the
value
same.
that because
It's gonna have more.
the figure I gave you was based off of American dollars, but Canada also exports to other countries. It's not just America, right? And America also exports to other countries. But I honestly couldn't tell you one thing that we make here that we export out. Just right off the top of your head, name one thing as an American that we export out.
Oranges
Hayes
from Florida.
What is it?
Jay Hayes design.
No, seriously. What is it? What do we make?
I said oranges from Florida.
That. Okay, so fruits and vegetables.
Sure.
Oh, corn,
You think? Okay,
corn.
all right, that's fair. Fair. You think that
We
you
do
don't
a
think
lot of
Spain is out there growing fucking oranges? You think that we're the only people?
There's a difference.
The typical American answer.
There's a
by the way,
difference.
Everybody
Hold
in
on.
the chat. That is American ignorance. There's only one fucking orange, and that's the navel from
No, but
Florida.
see-
Anywhere else in the world, you get a fucking orange.
No, that's not true because in other countries they're not
Yeah.
able to grow the fruit in that time frame, but we have over here
Wait,
a
what?
way of doing it.
That's not.
What do you
that's
think
not-
Spain
that-
does?
That's
Have is-
American ignorance right there, bro. That is American
I don't
ignorance
know.
at its finest. No,
What do you
that
think
is not
Spain
true.
does? Spain,
You know
Spain,
how expensive
Portugal,
that would be?
all those countries.
Yeah, do you know
What
how
think they
expensive
do?
a Florida orange in Belgium would be? $71, one orange.
Maybe
For one.
that's nice. That's
no,
that's
bro.
awesome.
No, it's
Now
not.
you know
accurate.
why Jordan wants to leave.
Yeah,
It's
well,
too
no, but
expensive. The oranges.
Okay,
The oranges are too expensive.
yeah, that's not accurate.
It's also
not
not,
accurate,
it's
right? Like
also
other
not a
countries,
necessity like steel.
I can't think of one thing that are. I know the things that because I was looking at this trade, but if you off the top of your head, what is the number one growing thing that is making the most amount of money right now? Just take a guess. Like that's being traded.
Ooh.
Just take a guess.
Computer
That's being
chips.
traded,
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
answer right there. Computer
and that's
chips.
coming from China.
You think America's gonna compete with China and Thailand? You're out of your fucking tree. You're out of your tree. That ain't never gonna happen. Never. You're never gonna find 10,000 Americans that will work for a bowl of rice, okay, and make a graphics card. It ain't gonna fucking happen. Not today. Not anytime soon. Especially
Well,
if the
and
orange
not
is
that any-
$86 because of the tariffs that he puts on Canada.
Not just a bowl of rice, is it? It's not getting sick leave.
Look, there's a
It's,
message.
working in situations and circumstances that are never gonna happen in the States. Let's
Yeah,
be
let-
honest.
Let's be completely honest, and I think I can speak on this, that if your quality of work is you staying in the building that you work in and you have suicide nets around your building,
Fortified glass,
um,
break-proof glass.
yeah, you can't compete with that in America. You can't. So you could just throw that away. But Trump has this, and it's nice. It's a nice gesture, and that's all that it is, right? Even if you look at our firearms, exporting our firearms, sure. Importing, no. Importing firearms is not nice, and it's not a lot of money. Right? There's a lot of money to be made there, but there's not a lot of money that comes in. Right? That's
Well,
why
that's because
manufacturers of weapons.
Right, because we could sell to our people. We can sell
Right,
those
once you
guns.
start
In other
importing-
countries, you can't do that.
Yeah, me and Vaughn the other day were talking for about 2 hours about this, but I did some research, and the tax bracket that's in, you have a better chance of bringing in a human being through DHL than you do a case of I don't know, FN reflexes. I'll just pay. One's gonna be scanned. The other one, even though it makes noise, we'll just let that one slide through. That's Melissa. She's coming over from Germany. It's the way she gets in. That's how we do it. I think it looks bad, bro. I think it looks bad for America.
But then if it's the government, like the P90 and stuff like that, what they do import, right?
That's different. That doesn't go through Border Patrol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Freight load of.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but that's not the point. The point is that Trump is out here making all these laws, signing all this shit, and there are some good things in there. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. It's just when you're looking at what that's going to do to Americans as a whole.
Oh, and then it will impact the rest of the world as well.
For sure.
You think it'll make the American dollar go up or down?
Up.
Really?
I mean, you got something to show for it, right?
I say down. I don't say up.
Well, why do you say down?
Why would it go up?
Because you got something to show for it now.
No, you don't. We have nothing to show for. We got a piece of paper.
And that paper is better than nothing. Because right now, the government, right? Okay.
What is the growing currency right now? Is it the dollar?
No.
Mr. Crypto Coin. What's the growing currency right now? Is it the dollar? I mean, you got the president's secretary talking about Doge and Bitcoin on the fucking in the White House, right? I don't think of American dollar when I hear of Bitcoin. I think of digital currency,
which is made up also. It's just zeros and ones.
Well, I'm made up.
What is it? What's crypto? Crypto is a made up currency that, for up until like maybe 5 or so years ago.
Everything is made up since the gold standard, right? I mean,
yeah.
Everything is made up at that point. We're just winging it. It's just that value doesn't seem to be. I think
right, but
stable.
Keep in mind, there's not a single currency on this planet that fluctuates as much as a cryptocurrency. As much as a cryptocurrency?
And it's a global standard, right? There's no, my Bitcoin is worth the same here than it is in Belgium. My Dogecoin is worth the same here than it is in Russia. It doesn't matter where you're at. That is global standard money.
But the fluctuations are way worse.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't matter. If
it goes really bad, I mean, we're talking about, oh no, the gas prices went up. Okay. In the worst case scenario, your one Bitcoin, if it completely crashes, you can't even buy a pizza with it.
Right.
And I don't see that happening. Yeah, but I don't see that happening with already established real currency.
But for Bitcoin, there's no safety net. There's no guarantee.
There's no safety net for that either.
No, there's not. If that falls, that falls.
But there's no safety net for the other ones either.
Well,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, there's a safety net for banks.
Of course there is. And your government.
Well, your dollar is never gonna drop until it's worth zero. That's never gonna happen. It can drop.
Wait, you're saying the American dollar? Depression?
Yeah, but it drops.
No, that's just inflation.
But it's still not worth nothing anymore. It's not.
I don't know. I feel like you could have got more for a used fork in depression than you could have dollar. Because think about it, if nobody is making money, we're now in a barter system, right? I mean, if there's no value to what Civil War, you seen the movie? It's a terrible ass movie. Thank you, Jordan, for telling me it was great, and then it was terrible. No, you actually terrible fucking movie.
You told him it was great. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing fucking comedy. Shut up. So, But everybody, gun owners here, right? You guys are all retarded. Apocalyptic war. Well, that's not apocalyptic. That's some other shit, right? But the point is that you could go around with $1,000, $100 in your pocket. That's no good. That is. I don't know what you want me to. I can't buy nothing with that. So what is that for? So a barter system would be better. But and I think that's where cryptocurrency floats. It is a currency system, but it's also a barter system for other currency. Do you get what I'm saying? It kind of checks both boxes. And that's one thing that Trump cannot touch. He could try all day long to touch that Bitcoin, Doge. He could try to manipulate the market. He made his own fucking... See, this is why I wanted Harris 2025. All right, this is why. Let me just explain, okay? You got Trump out here making his own fucking cryptocurrency.
Well, he probably looked at it. If the Hawk Tuohy girl can make one, I can.
And
make
how? Whoa! Did you do any research on that?
And that failed.
Oh yeah, I've done.
Yo, old girl's getting like sued on many fronts,
And she only made $50K out of this whole deal. Just
She
for
was
fucking-
only a figurehead.
Yeah, I think
Threw her over
she kinda-
royally.
I'm just so fascinated that men are just really interested in spit on that thing. Like you guys are thirsty.
Oh, that's the only thing I remember of the whole thing is that for some reason she got bribed as a spokesperson for this coin.
Well,
and
she
I
didn't get
feel like she
bribed.
got-
No,
She
she
got
didn't
paid.
get bribed. No, she didn't get bribed.
Okay, then she at least got surrounded by people that kind of lured her in. She had no idea what she was
Her
involved
boss
with.
is a Paul. Her boss is Logan Paul. Of course she's going to get lured into things that are stupid.
Oh, is that true? She's
Yes,
I had no
yes,
idea.
he's the one backing her podcast. He's the one that hired her and
Wait,
created it all.
Wait. She has a podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm so out of the loop.
Okay, but hold on. Go back. So you have Trump doing all this stuff, right? You saw the press secretary, the one that everybody likes. She got up there. She was nice.
The
you know,
blonde
friendly.
chick.
Yeah, the blonde chick. They're all blonde except for the last one who was black as a brownie. But you look at
Chocolate chip. Mm.
you think I'm filtering today? I ain't
No,
filtering. So,
no.
Anyway, so,
Play sprinkle when I tinkle.
Yes.
Okay.
okay. So anyway, you saw her, right? You saw her come on. She was nice, right? But what did she talk? The whole thing that she talked about for 48 minutes, bro. I felt like I was watching Jacob Clare. Like the shit just would. Can you talk about something that I am interested in? Right? Like I powered through that shit, and it was gruesome. But when I heard it, the only thing that stuck out to me was them talking about cryptocurrency. Why is the American president speaking about cryptocurrency? Nobody's picking this up. Nobody.
Maybe he's trying to switch over to crypto.
You don't want that.
Would you get rid of the American dollar?
Nope. Ooh, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
If they get rid of the American dollar, the whole world goes under.
Mm.
No.
Could you
But
get
if
rid of
something
the? I mean, I guess
happened-
you could say,
This is our new form of currency.
but then you got ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. If you get banks and you say we don't need banks anymore, that means that there's no more federal bailouts. That means that there's no more FDIC. That means the government makes more money. If you move everything over to cryptocurrency, which won't happen in 4 years, but if you did and you made your own cryptocurrency, it's essentially would be the stock market, but they'd be competing against the stock. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't think they can.
Yeah, but then you also have the people in between that still make the broker's fees. Now, doesn't need to be a bank, but there's always someone making money off of that for every transaction you
Absolutely.
do, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And then on top of that, if you make profit,
But if you own crypto, if you own Bitcoin, Jordan, and you buy something,
Mhm.
right, you make money off of that. You understand? So
yeah,
every
but that gets taxed.
transaction brings that value of that up.
True, but if I like, let's say I bought a Bitcoin way back when, right, and it was $20,000 something, and it's now 100,000. If I sell that over here, at least, well, here comes the IRS because they're gonna tax the profit I made
Well,
off that one.
How do they know,
Bitcoin
though?
we sold. Because you have to. It's going to a bank account. They'll know.
Not even if it doesn't go to a bank account. There's ways to see.
They know.
I mean, we're not going to get into it on this stream, but there are ways to see who has what and what. There are ways. It's very cryptic, and there's a crypto wallet, and there's hashtags, and not the point. The point is,
In Belgium, if you start spending beyond your means and you do that for a certain amount or a certain amount of time,
Knock
they're
on the
gonna
door.
come knocking. Yep.
But that's the other thing you're talking about. Even if they embrace it, there's a lot of go back to mom and pop. Not every single business is going to accept crypto as a form of payment.
why not?
Because
No, when I
then you have
first-
to make all these mom and pops as an investment.
Hold on,
right?
hold on. It's much simpler than what you think it is, right? It's very easy to set up a wallet for a business. For instance, when I first launched a Shopify, right? All these stores that you see in America are all hosted on Shopify, okay? Which are hosted on Oracle and Google. So anyway, if I set up an account and I have it where I can take credit cards, there's an option to check a box where you could do Bitcoin or BitPay, and then you could pay with whatever 0.000000. Put as many zeros as you want, 1 cent equivalent, pay Bitcoin, and then it goes into my Bit wallet, and then that Bit wallet just grows.
Accumulates.
But there-
I have another question on that, Jay. So I'm a customer, right? I pay you for whatever service or product in coins. If you now keep those on your wallet, how are you going to pay your taxes? You pay your taxes in that coin,
No.
or you have to transfer
I don't.
it back to dollar?
I don't.
No,
I don't
you don't
pay.
have to.
So that money always stays in my Bit wallet, right?
Mhm.
That I don't ever pay taxes on that.
But it's
You
still
don't
income.
see
I
it.
don't.
But you don't see it.
I
Are you not
won't pay
going to run
taxes
into
on-
another problem? Because as far as I know, Bitcoin or most cryptocurrency, there is only a limited amount. They're not making more or making more. It holds its value because there is a limited amount of Bitcoin.
There is, but we will never get to that. That will never happen.
What? Run out of Bitcoin?
Run out of Bitcoin. They
Right,
would go
okay.
up to like $6 million when you run out of Bitcoin. And if you have one Bitcoin at $6 million, well, I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough of money in the world to purchase all the Bitcoin.
See, but if it's something completely electronic,
Yeah, you need 21 million mined.
Multiply that by 6 million.
Can a country completely legally remove physical currency?
Well, they're
Okay.
trying to do that, right? Everyone's getting a card now. Everyone's using their debit cards and their credit cards. How many people do you
Yeah,
go
but-
down the street and see?
Yeah, but
But
it-
the number of
cash?
Bitcoins
That's-
issued per block decreased by half approximately every 4 years. The final Bitcoin, realistically, the final Satoshi is not expected to be generated until 2340.
Huh.
Okay. That's not gonna happen. That's assuming nobody sells them, nobody buys them. No, yeah, that's not our life. Shit, that's not in any of our family lineages. 2340? No, bro. That's
Never gonna make it.
it's 300 years.
That's as long as most currencies last, right?
When was the
How long
American
have we had
dollar?
the? Well, think
Yeah,
about it. How much
yeah.
of
Yeah, when was the American dollar made?
in the 1700s, right?
Was
So
it?
that's three. Well, yeah. When we created the U.S., the money had to come out of somewhere.
I'm talking about the just the dollar. Just the
Yeah,
$1
I think it was
bill.
like Well, I don't know when the $1 bill came out, but I'm pretty sure the U.S. currency, the United States dollar, came out near the time when we signed the Declaration of Independence. So it had to be in the late 1700s.
1790.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Constitution. Okay, so but I don't think Trump is, but the way Trump, stay focused, the way Trump is doing it with the tariffs, with the taxes, talking about Bitcoin and Doge, and I don't know about anybody else, but it bothers me immensely because we will see the effect on this in the next 4 years. That was a cat. We will see the effect on this in the next 4 years, in the next year and a half, assuming that this goes through. Stick your finger in your cat's butt. It's horny.
That's what I do.
You know,
This is gonna get pulled so fast.
I'm leaving this up too. I don't care.
Even better.
I'm just thinking back to the whole crypto thing. I feel like the government would lose a lot of tax income because
Then
the way
why
it's
is
set
Trump
up.
pushing his cryptocurrency in Melania? Melania has a. I can't find it anywhere. Like on any of my bit apps, I can't find it. But she has the $ Melania. Everybody's
Really?
doing this shit, bro. Everybody.
I want my own too.
And
You can
I
do it.
feel like most of them are just a cash grab.
That's what I'm saying, Chris. Chris inside the chat. I do think it needs to slow down and let things play out. And only has 40. As long as the country stays on path, it's on. Then JD will follow. Maybe we will see the change. I agree. I feel like you are doing way too much. You're not even a month in, bro.
It's literally been 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be
There's
2
no-
weeks exactly.
And do you know?
There's
I'm
no
getting-
way he can keep up this momentum, right? It's gonna run out at a certain point.
There's only so much steam, right? Yeah. I'm telling you, he's just doing this so he could take a 2-month vacation. He's got to go golfing. I don't know why golf is such an important thing for rich people. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I between that and the plane crashes and you heard about the drones, right? When Trump came out, like the secretary came out about the drones. It took me about 30 minutes to find out inside of that little speech he gave. That it was the FAA authorized drones. That didn't answer any questions, right? That answers zero. That just you tell me that the FAA knows that there are drones in the air. That's basically what you just told me in layman's terms.
So that's
And you
why the
still
FAA
haven't-
never said anything when the drones were flying over. That's why they kept quiet.
But
Right.
that still doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't you just come out? Oh, well, it's Amazon. They're doing some testing with a new delivery system or something else. Why wouldn't you just come out and say it's a company? It's that specific company.
Because they didn't have the
Yeah.
excuse ready.
But
They
the
didn't have the
capabilities
excuse ready.
of those
But you-
drones
you're
still
still
make no
throwing-
sense.
You're still throwing out an excuse. You still haven't confirmed who it is. You just confirmed that you know what it is.
We know, yeah, we know the drones from America. Okay,
Oh,
Well, you don't remember. You don't
right.
remember Trump. Trump says, "I know about it, but I can't speak on it." He said that.
why
2
even
weeks
say
ago.
anything? Why say anything then?
It still makes no sense, the capabilities of those drones, and just go like, whoa, it's just FAA knew about
yeah,
it.
and then they played it down as well. Because in reality, they said it's a lot less than what was reported. The majority of them was hobbyists,
Hobbyists,
which is
trying to-
true.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of hobbyist flies a drone for 45
that-
minutes, but
That's
sure.
another conspiracy theory, right? Cover up.
You heard about the
What
aliens?
are they covering up? That's the question.
You heard about the aliens?
The aliens. That's
I'm
it.
not being
It's
funny.
probably.
You heard about the aliens? You didn't see that in the news? Oh, you
I didn't see that one.
Shadowed by the Trump situation, the alien thing. Okay.
So we got aliens now.
I'll talk about that next. That's going to be like an hour and a half long.
Oh,
It makes me have a little bit of doubt. I'll say that.
doubt that there is no aliens or that there is.
There might
Stay
be.
tuned
Whoa.
next week for
There might be. I don't know how else you explain it, but it's assumption.
Aliens like you're gay or aliens like E.T. phone home?
Wait, say that again.
Aliens like you're gay that are coming in or E.T. phone home aliens?
That's
no,
Jesus.
like aliens,
Lord.
man, like from outer space, bro.
Oh. Are you excited, Matthew?
Oh, I can't wait for this, but I'm gonna stay in the background because I don't want to make somebody sad.
So in to sum up, if Trump is doing it, I think he's doing it, but he's doing it way too fast, way too quick, and he's gonna get a flat tire. It's gonna
He's
all
kind of going in head over heels, right? It is a lot.
The problem with that is when a politician usually gets in trouble, it's the citizens that pay it, not the politicians.
and who's gonna suffer the
themselves.
most in this? The middle class.
Population.
I mean, middle class. Yeah, it ain't gonna
Yeah.
be the rich people, and it
That's
ain't gonna be
always
the poor people.
That's always the case, right? The middle class is always the
Why would you want to go after your biggest bracket? Tax the poor. That's what I say.
money.
But they don't have
Oh,
anything.
what?
Yes.
How?
Why? What do you mean? How?
Explain.
Make
I
the
got-
poor
no
pay
problem.
just as
No, I
much
got
as
you.
the middle class.
I got it. Tax the poor. If you make anything less than $20,000, you get taxed 80%.
That's just gonna make them work harder, so they make more money. Is that what
That's
you're
right. You just find a different job. Now that we deport all the Mexicans that were working for $6 an hour, right? Go ahead and shimmy those people in there. You should have plenty of open jobs, right? How many did you deport so far? 1 million or something? That's a lot of jobs.
Is it that many already?
I think so. I think it's 1.1
That's
million or
crazy.
something.
That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
I'm really interested in seeing the numbers of people that you've now deported and the actual amount of people that were actually working in the U.S. as well to kind of counter it, to see how many were actually contributing something.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. That's what I always said. I was like, you want the illegals to stay here and pay some taxes, and then they'll become legal citizens. Just do it. Just tell them that, listen, you want to stay here? You owe us, how many years have you been here illegally? 10? Nice. You owe us 10 years of back taxes and taxes going forward. If you're able to pay that, you can stay. If you can't pay it, vámonos.
So the numbers are 27,000 right now. At least that's the first answer I could find as quick as possible. Like it's without digging, 27 grand.
Even
Yeah,
still,
that's
27,000 is still a lot of people. It's not a small
not-
number.
The worst thing, that's not women and children, right? That's not the innocent ones. That's all the ones that are on a list somewhere.
What about Trump wanting to remove the birth rates, bro?
I don't think it's a bad thing.
What?
I don't know.
You don't think it's a bad? Oh, explain. Why is it not a bad thing? Because you're going to
Wait,
factor
that
in
means-
those couple of people that come here, Mexicans come here, have a baby, and it's American citizen. That's what you're factoring in. That's like saying that
Yeah.
I don't believe in abortion because of the people that get hippoed by their. You get it. Their
Hippoer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, that are family members and they should be able to do it. So you want to factor in that small percentage. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the smallest number. That's
If that number is truly as small as you say, then my argument goes out of the window, and I agree with you.
it's a very
I
small
thought-
number, man. It's a small number. Bro.
Then I would leave it alone. But I'm also, that goes back on the pile. I think there's bigger issues for you guys than all those kind of things like birthright, and like focus on your economy. Focus on.
Well, he's doing that with the immigration. He's doing that. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's doing that.
Well, the birthright. Hold on. The birthright goes into into immigration also, because think about what the birthright is. You have all these illegals who are coming here, and what do? They eventually have a kid, and now they can't They can't leave because they have a legit 2-year-old. What are they going to do? Right? They're not going to leave the 2-year-old in the US and then they get escorted out of the country. So the immigration and the birthright go hand in hand.
See, but if you would do that, Spain, you would fix that problem in no time. Oh, you have your kid has an American nationality. Okay, he can stay.
But where are you going to put? What are you going to do with that kid? Wait, hold on. But what are you going to do with that kid?
Even Belgium.
Adopt it, put it in a I don't know.
Whoa. Even Belgium doesn't have birthright citizenship.
No,
And that's why he says go for it.
Hold on.
doesn't really help.
Hello? Yeah, even Belgium doesn't have that. Belgium's law is if one parent was born in Belgium and has lived there for 10 years or 5 years before the child's birth. So if I just come there and have a child, that is not a Belgian citizen. It's
What?
restricted. Basically, all of Europe is basically restricted in some regard. None.
Right. So then those kids are born where? They're your nationality, whatever you are in that country?
Mhm.
I mean, all of
Yeah.
it doesn't have it. The only ones that have it, like if you're born, is basically all of North America. There is one country, Colombia, that has it restricted if one parent is a citizen or a legal resident. But every other there's 3 countries in South America. Here, I'll just show you this shit. Here, this is the map.
Wait.
There's the map. I know there's only me on the screen, but so you have one here that's restricted, and then these 2 little guys, Suriname and French Guinea. But everything else, this is all you're born here, whatever. So he.
What does the gray mean? What does the gray mean?
This?
Yeah.
Not. There's nothing. No, I don't know. You got to figure that out. These are all countries nobody lives in. I don't know. They're not important. But I just I don't think it's in the Constitution, man. I'm not a fan of going in. If you don't want people to change the Second Amendment or the First Amendment, I don't think you should be changing whatever amendment this is.
But it goes with his immigration thing. It goes hand in hand. Again, what are you going to do? You're going to keep the kid and send them away? Then there's going to be so many kids in the foster care system. That's overpopulated as is.
It would also stop people from trying that trick.
It's 1868.
But that's the thing, though, Matthew. I don't think people come here purposely to say, I'm going to have kids so that way.
No. Are you kidding me right now? That's the number one way to get into the States and stay there. Let's have a kid. Or get married.
Okay, that's great that you got your kid there, though. But now you're not here.
Right. You're
But
still illegal.
I'm going to assume that it makes your process a lot easier to stay
Right.
there.
Because your kid is still under the age of whatever.
Mhm.
So it's going to take you 18 years, 17 years to get your paperwork in order to get your shit right.
I say, you know what? Instead of everyone getting automatic, this is for every country on the planet. Instead of getting citizenship because you're born there and X amount of generations have lived there, everyone gets an exam. You don't get passed, you don't get citizenship. Let everyone do an exam. 12 years old, you're getting an exam, you get your passport or whatever, your social ID.
Wait. You're saying for people that are not from here?
Anyone.
No, for everyone.
Everyone, even an American citizen's got to take this test.
Yes.
What the
Yes,
fuck is
if you
that?
don't-
To keep your, it's like a refresher course.
No,
If you don't pass
what
your
the
test,
fuck? You guys are
Dude,
retarded, bro. Do you hear what
Yeah.
you're saying? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You want to take a test. There's people that can't even pass 3rd grade. You want to give somebody a test at 12.
Yeah, but how many
Then
people
you're not-
are
you're not
on
getting
the-
your
Nobody
citizenship.
here. It's going to be empty.
Yeah, but
Well, there's certain regions
people
in the
that want
States,
to be
in the
there.
States where there's gonna be not a lot of citizens.
Like, what is on this course? Like, what are the questions that are on this test? Jordan.
history based?
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
What do you mean? Oh shit! You're good in history. What are you talking about?
No, not American history. I care more about Germany.
The golden years of Germany. Oh, you can't say that. No, but I mean, it comes from the last thing that I saw, where you were showing all these people that complain. I'm a big believer in the thing that if you truly don't like it, then you should leave, and then we strip away your privileges. I mean, you're complaining about how capitalist America is, but then you don't understand that you have the freedom to complain about the fact that America is a capitalist country.
Let's make it easier for everyone. Make it easier for everyone, right? Force everyone to pay taxes, right? The illegals pay taxes. If they pay taxes, you're an American citizen. You stop paying taxes,
Agreed.
get the fuck out.
The problem you have with that, though, is if he gets rid of income tax, that now goes away.
I'm talking about right now. Right now, income tax is a thing. So that works. If he's going to get rid of it, we'll think of something else.
So that is already kind of in the thing. So with Jorn coming to America, right? If I write him a check and he's in Belgium, right? Essentially, at the end of the year, he can file for an ITIN, and that's basically a social security number saying, hey, I got paid from an American company. I want to pay taxes. So anybody could do this. You just can't do it the first year you're. But then keeping tabs of all those people, you don't even know that they're here and working. So.
Which then goes back to the businesses. Hey, you got somebody illegal? Get rid of them, or else you're going to get a hefty fine. You think these businesses are going to want a hefty fine? No. So they'll get rid of all the illegals that don't have that number.
But that's what they're doing now. That's already a thing, right? If you get caught in a business and you're employing a bunch of illegals, you're gonna get fined, no?
I don't think so. At
least not that I know of. It is over here. I don't know in the States. But then again, if you now do that, Spade, don't you think another problem is gonna surface? If you're now gonna push that every single illegal is gonna pay income tax or federal tax, do you still believe they're gonna show up for $6 an hour? Now you're taking a lot of money from them. They're not gonna show up for $6.
$6 you're only making $4.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna want to go back to their country, or they'll work harder and they'll make more. Like
they're not gonna be able to make that money. Like you have to look at it, man. Like India, right? To get your hair in Calcutta. Right, that's a place in India, right? Calcutta, I think so.
Possibly.
Whatever. Their capital, one of their capitals, one of their major cities.
Bombay.
Sure, let's just go with let's go with that. It reminds me of bamboo and it works. But there's a guy that's walking down the street there, and what he does is he goes and he eats, and I don't know how he doesn't have diarrhea for the rest of the year, but he goes and he eats and eats cockroaches and all this weird shit. I'm not trying to be funny, but he got his hair cut for 3 cents.
Nice.
3 cents, and it looked nice. I don't know.
Okay, that was my next question.
How much tetanus was on that razor blade, but but 3 cents, right? That gives you an idea of when they come here and they're making $20 and they just send it back. Oh God, bro,
they're rich over there.
Yo,
they're rich.
That also tells me I need to take my money and move to a different country.
But you got to live in that country, though. So you can. So Jay, with your situation, you sell everything in the U.S. and then you go and live in India, and then you have high-speed internet and still do your same thing. Your money is going to go longer in India.
Won't work. You need to get rid of your citizenship. You can't. You will forever pay tax.
Any money that I make, because I'm an American and I have a social security number, any money that I make, regardless of wherever it is taxed.
Right. But you're still making, you're still going to be in India. Pay the U.S. tax. It's still cheaper to live in India in the long term.
But if I'm going to pay the U.S. tax, I might as well live in that country. No.
Okay, so leave your house here and then take another
Because
loan.
even if I
and buy a
make
house
$10
in
million
India.
over there, right? That's still income.
Okay. So you have both places. You can come and go as you please.
I don't think you understand, Spade. Regardless of where I'm at, the money that I make, I still
Right.
have to pay those taxes.
Right. But in the long run, though,
Yeah.
if eggs cost $12 here and
The
they
long
cost
run
2
is
pennies
worse,
there,
actually. The long run is actually worse because I have less write-offs now. I can't write off a 3-cent haircut.
Mhm.
You understand? No, I'm not being. I have
Okay.
because things are more expensive. I have more things I can write off here. Right? Do you know how many haircuts I would need to write that off? At least 1,000. And I don't have
Yeah,
a lot
the
of
whole
hair,
neighborhood.
so
Put
I
down
And
the whole
on top
neighborhood.
of that,
Yeah,
on top
they're
of
not gonna
that,
fall for that.
can you write something off that you're now spending in a different country?
Sure you can.
Yes.
It's an expense.
sure.
Yeah, yeah, but it's an expense there.
It doesn't matter. It's an
It's all
expense for your
expense. It's all
business.
expense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So you can
No,
fly
doesn't
back
matter.
and forth. You can use that as an expense. You can use anything.
Yeah, but then you're still in India.
That's a bad example because nobody wants to go to India.
There has to be. Come on. There's got to be somewhere nice.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I wouldn't. I
In
mean,
India?
I
Are
wouldn't.
we talking
It's
about in
it's
India?
not. It's not in my
There
top
has to
5
be
of
something
countries I want to
nice.
live.
There's nice places in India.
Probably, it's not one of the countries I want to visit.
No, but when you're in a country that the average wages are like $380 a month, average. So that means there's people that have less than that, and you go to that place and you have your income to spend. That's gonna be.
You
it's
feel
gonna
like
be
you're
fun.
rich. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
On top of that, you will also need some serious security.
Oh, but that's okay. It's only going to cost you $6 a month.
Yeah, I'm just saying, pay them well before they
Oh,
get
12? Aim to go crazy. Double down. Go
Yeah, because
$20.
somebody else will pay them more and they'll take over.
fat. Yep.
Bro, you could probably get, you know what it is? It's not even quality at that point, right? You probably want to get the best. What do you call them? The Indian Special Forces. They're like some of the best
Oh,
in
yeah.
the world.
Oh,
Whatever. You could either hire some of those or you just hire a bunch of dudes that cut hair for 3 cents for $4 and you get 100 of them in front of your house. You're like Antonio Montana and Scarface. You just have
They
so
might be-
many that you don't have enough.
They're called the Para. Para.
No, para.
those
Same
hairdressers
over here.
might be even more lethal with those rusty razors. It's the scissor and the razor.
No,
Yeah,
we
man.
know more. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like all the stuff Trump is doing. I like Trump. I just don't like all the stuff he's doing. I'm still waiting on his vape shit. He said he was gonna fix. You ain't gonna fix that. It's like
That's
no
in
problem.
month 2. That's in month 2, not in
is
the
it?
first
No.
month.
No.
Yeah, priorities.
No month. You want to bet? You think with all the shit that he's getting done, all the promises he would have made, which are a lot, by the way. I think someone actually calculated this. Something like 9,000 promises he's made. He was going to do this. He was going to do that.
Nice.
He's done
And
like,
he's done what? 37 so far?
like 40.
40, okay. All right, if he does 40 every month,
Yeah,
he's
sure.
still not gonna make it to 4 years.
You want to even put a dent in it.
He's gonna end up with carpal tunnel, a tunnel from signing all the stuff.
You're gonna need
Just
new
get a
marker.
stamp. Just get a stamp. Get
That's
a
a
stamp.
big ass marker he'd be signing with. That thing will never run out of ink.
Well, we've been using it
Yeah.
since Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
And it's not.
How
I
is
noticed
the Sharpie
it's not
stock?
like there was only one marker, right? There was a tray of them. So
Oh, were there? I didn't see the
Yeah.
Yeah, it was giving them
And I was
away.
thinking
He
maybe
was
it's
giving them
something
away.
where, yeah, giving signing and then you can buy it, or it's a token gift or something.
Yeah, he was
See,
giving
the
them
government.
away.
Hold on. What you mean you could buy it? Like it goes on eBay?
Yeah, you can buy it with
Come
Trump
on.
coins.
See, this is fucked up now. Now you got the gut. No way. Is that accurate? You're saying you could buy the pen that he signed with. So now the government is now an entity. It's a business.
Oh, well, it's always been a business.
No, bro, not like that.
Well,
Where you
yeah,
got the real Donald Trump on eBay with a rating of 75%.
Shipping could be faster. 3 stars.
For real?
Trump's signature collection pen.
No. Stop.
Trump store.
What?
Oh,
That
it's
can't
not
be
a
real.
Sharpie. It's a real pen. It is actually a Trump store, so I don't know if it's related
Yeah,
to
no,
him.
I don't
but-
think you could go buy things that were done in the White House. Like, what do they have? A buyout? Like a garage sale? We're getting rid of the Lincoln portrait.
I found an article on Yahoo News that has a picture of President Trump just throwing Sharpies into the crowd.
Okay, but you can't buy the one that he signed the documentation with, right? Because you
It
said
looks.
I don't think you
I
can.
don't know. I haven't found that. I haven't found that.
This is getting crazy, bro.
With gold presidential eagle. Nice. But it's gonna show, like you said, somebody's gonna have one, and it's gonna show up somewhere.
I know.
For saying,
I don't think you could do that. That's
And he's the only president that uses Sharpies as something to sign with. Everyone else uses pens.
what is this?
He's like,
What is this?
Why is that?
What is this?
Does he have stock in that?
What is
what?
what is
They're calling it.
Hundreds of trillions of dollars of assets that we need to manage smartly, sustainably for the benefit and the use of the American people.
Mr. President, is there anything China, Canada, and Mexico can do tonight to forestall your implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, nothing. Not right now, no.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all three of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl. And in the other two cases, they're making it possible for.
Okay, tell me the way that he just answered her. It didn't sound snarky.
Your
Yes.
implementation of tariffs tomorrow?
No, nothing. Not right now, no.
Not a negotiating tool?
No, it's not. No, it's a pure economic. We have big deficits with, as you know, with all three of them. And in one case, they're sending massive amounts of fentanyl, killing hundreds of thousands of people a year with the fentanyl. And in the other two cases, they're making it possible for this poison to get in, number one. And number two, we have big deficits, and it's something we're doing, and we'll possibly very substantially increase it. We're not. We'll see how it is. But it's a lot of money coming to the United States. As you know, we have about a $200 billion deficit with Canada, getting close to $200 billion. They've treated us very unfairly. And I say, why should we be subsidizing Canada? It's wonderful. I have so many friends in Canada. It's a great place.
Is there a concession
But,
you're looking for, sir?
No, we're not looking for a concession, and we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. And with Mexico, it's the same thing. We have a $250 billion deficit.
How the fuck are we in debt with Mexico?
we're dating everywhere.
What the hell are we buying? Coffee? Like, what are we getting from Mexico? Like, what are we getting
Not
from
enough
Mexico
coffee.
where we got such a large deficit? If you would think that with all the money that American taxpayers are paying, we would have none. Right?
Well,
Yes?
Yes.
Not
kind of depends on your country how.
And we have a lot of people coming into the border, and now we've largely stopped that, but we've stopped that ourselves. I think they've done a fantastic job. You've seen the numbers, they've dropped to almost zero. But we've suffered under the past administration for years and years. We've suffered with millions of criminals.
weren't you the administration before the last one?
Coming into our country, criminals, people from jails from all over the world. They come through Mexico and they come through Canada too. A lot of them come through Canada, and a lot of fentanyl comes through Canada, and China makes the fentanyl. You know, China makes the fentanyl, gives it to Mexico, puts it through Canada, puts it through different places, mostly Mexico, but also a lot through Canada. And so all three haven't treated us very well.
There are
Sir,
significant.
can I ask you about your meeting with NVIDIA? What did you talk about, and do you think you need to ban more of the chips that they're selling to China?
Well, he's a great gentleman, and I hadn't met him. He's the biggest in the world in terms of chips. And
My man, Jensen.
I can't say what's going to happen with it. We had a meeting. It was a good meeting. But eventually we're going to put tariffs on chips. We're going to put tariffs on oil and gas.
So if you think your graphics cards are expensive now,
Wait.
Yep. Yep.
That'll happen fairly
People are saying
soon.
it's going to be almost double.
I think around the 18th of February. And we're going to put a lot of tariffs on steel. We already have tariffs on steel, and we've saved our steel industry, but that was relatively small compared to what it'll be. But we're going to be putting tariffs on steel and aluminum and ultimately copper. Copper will take a little bit longer, and that'll happen pretty quickly. It'll mean it'll be a great boost for our steel industry. It'll make our steel industry very strong. If I didn't put the tariffs on years ago on steel, which actually Biden left because there was so much money that they couldn't do anything about it, we would have lost. We wouldn't have one steel mill in this country if I didn't do that. We saved the steel industry. So it was an honor to do it. And
you think that chair is comfortable?
I sure hope so.
I'm willing to bet it is.
You think it's new, or you think it's like the chair that the past 7 presidents sat in?
I think it's the last 7. I don't think it's new.
It's a new chair. It's
I don't know. If
doesn't
Joe
look
sat
new.
in it, if Joe sat in it, there might be some stains on the feet.
my.
I think the people
Cleaned
that
it
love
up.
me most in the whole world are people that make steel. But we're going to be putting sometime this month, next month, we're going to be putting tariffs on steel and aluminum.
You know, the more tariffs you put on things, the more expensive things are going to be.
Yep.
I
And then I
And
think because I'm gonna assume that manufacturers are gonna spread that out because they don't want their products to stop selling. So I think they will spread the initial cost of your tariffs over the entire world, so it doesn't completely crash. So it's gonna be more expensive for everyone.
Yep. I will agree with that.
There's also a problem with what he just said about the 3 countries. He's pointing the finger at the fentanyl, right? So what is he gonna? And that's the reason why he's gonna put tariffs and whatever. What if those countries go like, okay, we're gonna make an effort. We're gonna stop the flow of fentanyl. You're gonna reverse the decision to tariff them or not?
Maybe not so high. Maybe he'll just lower the tariff.
I'll give you an announcement as to what the exact date is, but it'll be a tremendous amount of money for our country, a tremendous amount. These are big numbers. And in addition to that, and you see the power of the tariff. I mean, the tariff is good, and nobody can compete with us because we have by far the biggest piggy bank. And so that'll take place very quickly. But also we'll be doing pharmaceuticals. And to bring our industry back, we want to bring pharmaceuticals back to the country. And
Wait, the biggest piggy bank isn't that China?
Pharmaceuticals are in the country. I don't know what he's
No,
talking.
he's been making them. No, because we make them in China. All our drugs are made in China.
no,
or most of them.
controlled substances. No, they're not. Where
I thought we import them from China. Like the company is based in the U.S., but it's made in China.
Wait, you mean the ingredients to make the drugs? I could see that, but
no, just the mixing and everything. I'm pretty sure that comes from out of country.
The actual pill production, I thought that was stateside. My ingredients.
What does he mean with we have the biggest piggy bank? Because that's not.
No, I don't know what he's talking about. Every scheduled drug is made in America. Unless he's talking about like NyQuil, I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Where did you hear that China makes all our pills?
I could have sworn that's where everyone was
If
saying
you go
that.
read the Tylenol bottle, does it say made in China?
I have no idea. I don't. He's like, hold on, let me go get a bottle. Yeah.
This doesn't even say where it's made.
So that goes to show you, if it was made in the U.S., wouldn't it be proud to say made in
I
the
don't know.
U.S.?
That's a damn good question. I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
The way you bring it back to the country is by putting up a wall, and the wall is a tariff
Oh, God, here we go.
wall. We were the richest country in the world.
He loves
we were
wall.
at our richest from 1870 to 1913. That's when we were a tariff country. And then they went to an income tax concept, and how did that work out? It's fine. I mean, it's okay, but would have been very much better. So we'll be doing pharmaceuticals, importantly, and drugs, medicines, etc. All forms of medicine and pharmaceuticals. And
we have if we're getting all that from China, we just have, what if China says, you know what? We're done. Fine. Tax us. Your next order, we're not going to do it. Do we have the capabilities right now? Because we have a drug shortage in America, right? Especially narcotics, certain diabetes medicines. Just shows you we're a bunch of addicts. But if we have all these shortages, if these companies or these countries shut us off and say, okay, we're good too. Do you have that right now?
The problem with that is, I think, most countries have a lot of debt in China. But they also, like, you guys are one of their biggest clients. So if they don't sell to you, I don't know if their economy will survive without you.
I can see kind of like how the debt over time. Let me go back over here. I can see kind of how the debt goes back over time, right? Of, you know what, you didn't pay 100% of your bill, it's 80%. I'll get you on the next one. Okay.
Right.
Is it like a consignment deal? You guys know what consignment is? Like, when you give me the pills, I tell them, and then I give you the money. Like, how does the debt keep getting bigger? Are they charging interest on that debt? Like mafia shit? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. Like,
Let's be big on
There's
it.
interest.
They charge interest? So China's out here charging 20% on some shit we owed 30 years ago?
Ooh, I don't think that's that high. But
That's the worst case scenario, right? Because if they say, "Oh no," like you just said, Jay, we're not doing this order. You go get it somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying. Is what happened.
And then they go like, "Oh, and by the way, we're calling in our debts. Pay up."
And what are you gonna do if you say no? What are you gonna do? You want to go to war?
And that's why they don't say. That's why they don't
Yeah.
do
What
that.
are you gonna do? What, okay. Or what? Or what's the second one? So you're not going to do that. But I'm just saying, how does the bill keep getting bigger? Right? Like, if we get an order, we order whatever, 1 million pounds of steel. And we'll just say, for the sake of argument, it's $1 million. Do we only give them 800,000? We'll say we'll get you on the next one. Do you get my argument? Like, okay.
No, I get it.
It just irritates me. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know.
we'll be doing, very importantly, steel, and we'll also be doing chips and things associated with chips.
And sir, what do you plan on talking with the Japanese Prime Minister about next Friday when you all meet?
Well, he's coming in, next week. I don't know. He asked for a meeting, and I have great respect for
batteries.
Japan. I like Japan. Prime Minister Abe was a very close friend of mine. What happened to him was so sad, one of the saddest days. But they're coming in to speak to me, and I look forward to it.
Mr. President, on the crash, do you have any concerns that your commentary about things you have described as common sense or your observations could in any way interfere with the thorough investigation of the crash?
No, I think they'll do an investigation. It'll probably come out the way I said it. I like
So you
to
go back to taxes?
put it up front. I'm so tired of listening to things happen to our country, and then people say, we'll do an investigation, and 3 years later, they come out with a report that nothing looks at. especially, not in all cases can you do that, but in this case, you know, you had a helicopter that was, the Black Hawk was too high. It was above the 200 limit by double. It shouldn't have been there. And there were some other mistakes made too.
It wasn't a double. See,
Well, he said by double. It was 350 as opposed to 200.
That's
That's
not
almost double.
Okay, but it's not double, right?
Well, he said by double, and I don't think he meant like it's not exactly double. It was close to double.
So if I owe you $1 million and I owe you $800,000, do I owe you $1 million or do I owe you $800,000? Are we just
No,
rounding up
but
at this point?
no. Look at it from
If
a
you're going
different
to be the
perspective.
president of the United States, you should probably be a little bit more choose your words better, right? No?
Yeah, but that's like saying if I owe you $800,000,
Yeah.
I could say, well, you owe me close to $1 million.
But he didn't say close to double. He said by
Right.
double, which means double. It's not double.
I don't know. I get, okay, you
Well,
can
if I-
argue it. I understand that.
I'm
but-
hanging out by Jordan. That means I'm right next to Jordan, right? So if I'm hanging out by double, that means I got two fucking people next to me. So you saying by double? See,
Yeah.
it's like he likes to speak. He's kind of like me, where we just like to hear each other talk. The difference is if I'm fucking wrong, I'm wrong, right? A whole nation doesn't rest on the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's
Right.
not by double. Like it's, oh God, bro. Okay.
And I pointed them out also, and I was right on all of it, but they'll still do it.
And again, don't misconstrue this that I don't like Trump. That's not what I'm saying. This shit that he's doing with taxes is bad, bro. This bad news. Bad news, man. It's not good.
Investigation just to check it out, but I think
As
that's what
Commander-in-Chief, are you at all concerned about opining about the Army and the conduct of that aircraft when you are Commander-in-Chief and these are the people who report to you
No.
and there is an investigation ongoing?
This was all caused by bad rules, regulations, and other things by Biden, the
What
Biden
tells you that,
administration. And when you look at the way they ran things, in fact, if you look, we hired, one of the first things I told them to do, I said, get talented people in those beautiful towers overlooking runways. You better get them in there fast because we don't have people there that are qualified. And you knew that because planes were landing
Bro, I
very, very
can't.
late. They were circling
can't.
all over the place.
I just-
We had people that didn't know what the hell they were doing.
And
if
so
you-
there are
if you
planes
look-
in the air
excuse me.
everywhere and there are other air
Excuse
traffic
me.
and, pardon me, sir.
They, we have to have the
Nobody, no opinion on that right there, on that little bit of communication right there. No, nothing. No one, no.
I mean,
Nothing?
it's funny. It's funny that he blames it all on Biden and then says that Biden hired people that had no idea what they were doing. So now
It's
fire
private
everybody.
entities.
Okay,
Just fire everyone and get talented people.
it's beautiful, talented people.
best people, the
And
smartest
beautiful
people,
towers.
the sharpest people as control tower experts. And that's what they have to be. They have to be experts and they have to be very smart. And we didn't have our best. And if you read the quote that I read yesterday at the news conference, it talked about people that were psychologically injured were okay and people that had lots of problems were okay. I'd read it again if you'd like me to, but I don't think I have to
Does that
waste
give
your
you
time.
concern, though, sir, with planes in the air all around the country, people relying on that as safety? Are you suggesting there's an ongoing risk?
No, I think there's very little risk, but I think that we have to make sure that this never happens again. Very, very little risk. And we're taking actions that this can't happen again. The helicopter, as you know, was out of its zone. Shouldn't have been out of its zone. It was at the same height as the airplane. Now, the airplane was coming down on its track. It was perfect. It was in perfect shape coming down, and something was in its way. You can't let that happen. And it won't be happening again. And this was all because of weak rules in the Biden administration. And we're just
never
not
say
going to let
that.
that kind of thing happen again. And
Say again, Spade?
I said he shouldn't be saying things like that because what happens if it happens again?
Yep.
Then you look like a dick for saying it'll never happen again. Never say that.
We'll do our
Always
best
say
to
something
make sure
vague.
it doesn't happen again. We'll try
Exactly.
to. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
because of the control tower experts. What the?
They're not the most beautiful people in there. That's why.
I don't know.
Most beautiful.
That's-
We got to write a
You know
big piece of
you know
paper.
what?
No, guys,
You know
the
what the
towers
problem
have
is?
to be
Wonderful.
beautiful, not the people.
No.
The people have to be
No,
talented.
You guys, the problem is there's too much fentanyl.
Fentanyl? It's the problem?
Close the
problem.
borders to China. No
Yep.
more fentanyl.
All right. Too much fentanyl.
Again, I could wait and I could, give a report in 2 years like they always do. And sometimes it's obvious. In this case, to me, it was very obvious. And I think I've been proven to be very correct. Yeah. Any-
Mr. President, what do you expect from your meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu next week?
I expect a lot of good things.
What did she say?
Yeah, I don't know what she said.
Did you want me to make you a sandwich? Is that what she said?
That's what I heard.
No, I think I heard Netanyahu, right?
Prime Minister
Ham and cheese,
Netanyahu
please.
next week.
I've
Oh,
been
Netanyahu, yeah.
proven to be very correct. Yeah. Any-
Mr. President, what do you expect from your meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu next week?
Yeah, Netanyahu.
I expect a lot of good things. From all meetings, I expect good things. Marco Rubio, as you know, is going to make a tour of various countries.
Next one. Give me the
now.
next one.
The most expensive project we built. It was a tremendously percent of the signs were up in the. And I heard somebody said they're not going to, but I think Venezuela, now we want to see what they voted for me close to 100%. So we'll see what we can do to straighten out the situation in Venezuela. Venezuela is, it happened, it brought them back to life. Biden went out and they buy millions of barrels.
Is someone's fucking phone ringing at the thing?
At the press conference. I thought it
No
was one
one-
of us at first.
Nobody says anything? Like no phones allowed? Or you just someone got that Android? Just
You would think that somebody would put it
brought
on
them
mute.
back to life. Biden went out and they buy millions of barrels of oil. I say, what's that all about? So we're not going to let that stupid stuff happen. So we'll see what happens. We're not happy with Venezuela. We don't like the way they've treated the Venezuelans at all.
Mr. President, there have been some warnings or messages that government websites will be shut down this evening to scrub them of DEI content. Can you confirm if that's
What's
accurate?
been shut down?
Government websites, will be shut down this evening to scrub them of DEI content. Can you confirm whether that's accurate and if there are any concerns?
I don't know.
about-
It doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. DEI would have ruined our country, and now it's dead. I think DEI is dead. So if they want to scrub the websites, that's okay with me. But I can't tell you. I guess probably certain people handle it certain ways. But I'll tell you who's very happy about it: the military, the real leaders, the real.
see, okay, yeah, let's bring this back on top. This is where I think I brought this up several times. I think you remove DEI from the military, that's a wrap, Jack. Like that's nice. That's nice.
Well, that's the whole point, right? He got rid of it, so that way
That's good. That's
you're
good
not
stuff.
you're not going to have that 150-pound woman trying to carry a 300-pound dude.
Well, that's not the DEI, but yes,
But it's for what is it? Diversity, equality, and integrity. No, what was the
yeah,
I
it's
word?
basically
Identity?
A woman gets the rank before I do because she is a black woman,
Right.
not a white man. Yeah.
I would say get rid of it as a whole. Private
I think that's
sector,
what his goal
everything.
is. I don't think he
Oh,
can
yeah.
control what private companies do. Like, you can't do that.
You can't control that. No, you
yeah,
can't control
that's
private companies, but you can control the government.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. All right. Well, that was what? That's an hour and a half. That's good because I've been having to poop for the past hour and a half. Look at that. That's like a third nipple. You see that? That's not even my nipple, bro. I gotta get that moved.
Mine's not hard.
Isn't that weird? That's not a nipple though. It's not.
That's not a nipple?
nippled. No, that's not a nipple.
Third nipple.
What is it?
It's a beauty mark.
Huh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Your beauty mark is excited.
It looks. I can't wear white. It just makes it pop. Like he's got one hard nipple.